students attending workshops. Um, I think we should look at in another perspective. The importance of the workshops, I think, need to be highlighted here. I think the majority of workshops held here during the past academic year were workshops on Jollyphonics training. As you know, even on Education Forum, it has been said to the whole nation that at some point, I think this was the conference actually, at some point, it was a cause for concern, the reading ability of some children in the country. On noticing that problem, the ministry had to do something immediately. And that was what instigated, the training of teachers on Jollyphonics. But I want to put on record here, the impact that has had on reading abilities of children in the country. I heard the permanent secretary say at the conference the other day that from the assessments carried out, the results were very encouraging. And in fact, you can even tell when you go to the schools that the children have moved to where they used to be, to another point. And I think that should be a source of satisfaction. So although the workshops have caused some interruption, I agree, Mr. Sar, I think it was worth having them for that reason. Because everybody knows the importance of reading in education. Unless you are able to read and comprehend, it will be difficult to excel in any other subject, not to talk about English language. So, but over time, all of those will come to pass, and the skills will be there, and I'm sure the teachers the people, all the people, the children in the country will benefit, by the use of those skills to good effect. Thank you very much.
What the director said, for us, at our level, we manage teachers and support head teachers in the implementation of their responsibilities. As I speak to you, I know for my cluster, there are about 4 schools that are 100% qualified teachers. So that is an achievement. Throughout the whole cluster, we have 6 unqualified teachers and the other 9 are chronic teachers. But we have just known, the ministry have just started a program with the Islamic religious teachers also. So I know with time, that will also be history. So the only 6 unqualified teachers that are within the cluster out of 13 schools, we regularly conduct continuous professional development programs with them to build their capacities so that they carry out their functions as expected. But the other problem that we have in our schools is, like presently, we have already posted some qualified teachers and were allocated classes. But just last week, 2 of my teachers have been shortlisted to go for the HTC program. So I am thinking of how to replace them because they are qualified teachers. Already qualified teachers are posted. So if Gambia College could also consider conducting their interviews and shortlist candidates before schools resume, it will help the regional directorate so that they know their number of teachers and where to post them. So that is an issue that I want to share with you. But other than that, with attendance, I just came yesterday, even over the weekend I was working. Most of my schools now have reached, because they have already submitted their September attendance, because the last day for September was Friday. So far, the ones that I have collected, I have seen remarkable improvements in terms of attendance for both teachers and students. So for me, there is progress.
As I said earlier on, when postings are made and published, there will be people coming to appeal to be granted a release to go to even other regions. for family reasons, and we have seen quite some number of that recently. The team, the regional officers who are going around at the moment as we speak, are quite aware of where the gaps exist, and as they go around, they'll be, as I said, looking at where there are excesses of certain teachers, and then we will rationalize the distribution. So I think I want to promise that by the end of this exercise, let's say by the end of this week, we might be in a position to supply the school with at least an SES teacher.
Well, thank you very much, Regional Director, Region 3. This year is the year for science, and your Regional Director will do everything possible to make sure that you have good science teachers in your region. On that note, that's all we have for you. Weekly Education Forum. I am Mamtam Sirinjai, and my co-moderator,
Samuel Ba. Until we come your way next week, enjoy the rest of our programs on GRTS TV.
Wande jang nga jang weesuwul man ngay bindalal sa bopp man ngay